Okay. Okay. Where the hell did I put my tissues? I need some fucking. You know it's not time to eat again, right? It's like the opposite of time to eat again. You know that, right? You're gonna try to bully me. No, get away from that bully. It's that. Please. If I feed you anymore, you're gonna explode, bro. Like, you're literally gonna explode. Okay. We'll see how many weirdos come to downvote the stream as soon as it starts. That's been the game they like to play for the longest time. Let's let them do it because it keeps other weirdos out of the stream. Oh boy. Yes, Appa, you're fat and I'm not feeding you. No. 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 It's not gonna happen. Just get over it. You ate enough today. You're not gonna bully me into feeding you again. I'm not doing it. Who do you think you are? All right. I did the thing. What's up, Jesse? Me and my cat are having a debate about how he's not getting fed again because he's fat, and he thinks that if he bothers me in the beginning of the stream, I'll feed him so he'll shut up. That's not gonna happen because he really is fat, and it's also medicated food. So if I don't be careful with the dose, he'll get diarrhea, and he's a fuzzy cat, and then a fuzzy cat with fucking shit all over his ass is not fun. You think so? Appa, you want to say hi? Come here. Come say hi. Come here. Come on. Come say hi. Show everybody how fat you are. So I'm 6'3". He's pretty big. Yeah. I think he's 25 pounds. he's big. He's definitely he's not tiny by any means. That sounds pretty close. I think I'm almost slightly off. What the fuck? Okay. £39? Jesus Christ! £39, bro. Fuck. What kind of cat? Wait a second. What kind of cat do you have that weighs 39 pounds? Is that even a cat? Holy shit. I mean, he's average size for a Maine Coon. Like I think he's about 20 pounds. You know what I mean? I try not to overfeed him. But yes, we're talking about your weight. 39 pounds. Jesus Christ. You have a 39-pound Siamese cat? It doesn't exist. How do you have a 39-pound Siamese? What in the universal cat distribution system did you wind up with? That doesn't even make any sense. It's like a head with a fucking ass. Like, what the fuck? Can it even walk? You have a fucking 39... Get the fuck out of here. I don't believe you. Send cat nudes, bro. Post that shit on OnlyPause. There's no fucking way. There's no way. Oh my God. But Siamese, though, they're like the little fucking, like, I'm your Siamese if you please. Like, like the tiny little fucking things. That doesn't sound right. But a Siamese is only like that big, so was it like that? It's an American Siamese. That's the fat cat sound. Oh my God. All right, what's this? What did we leave off with last night? What was this? F minor. see how a Siamese could ever be that fat. I don't believe that a Siamese cat can be 39 pounds, bro. And what's up to the Rockstar guy? You know, I said hi, but I'm fucking warming up here. What is this shit? What's next? E minor. Probably fucking skinny because the other one's stealing the fucking food. got lucky there. I got lucky on that ending. Okay, I deserve a shot for that. I don't know how to... Yeah, see? I told you. I knew it. That's how it goes. You have the one skinny middle child that no one loves, and then you have the fat fuck kid, you know, and then it's like, it's just how it is. Yes, Appa, they have a middle child cat that doesn't get fed. I know it's sad, isn't it? Everybody should be fat. It's unacceptable. Right, Appa? Is it unacceptable? Appa thinks it's unacceptable. Yeah, he wants me to feed him again. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Don't bully me. No. Don't bully me. You're just going to knock stuff over and be a fucking nuisance until I kick you out, right? Or you knock something down and run away. Which one is it? God. Okay, what are we doing? What I should do is cut. I know this is. I gotta cut these nails because I didn't cut them properly, and they have this little fucking piece that's been stabbing me, and I've just been accepting it, and I really just gotta get the little. There we go. Every time I try to bend the string, it like jabs into my corner, and I'm getting like this weird callus cuticle thing, and it's not fun at all. I get it? Yeah, I think I got it. Nope, I didn't get all of it. God damn it. Because my calluses are growing over my nail. Well, you know what? The skinny cat needs to eat and catch up to fat marshmallow. Now, here's the question. Was the cat fat before it got the name Marshmallow? Because having a Siamese cat called Marshmallow, I mean, I'm just wondering if you curse the cat and it's like some kind of like demonic like witchcraft thing and like a sacrifice to fucking fat Satan. God, my callus is growing over my nail and I can't reach the nail. It's so weird. What kind of food do you feed your cats? Are you feeding it like that regular grocery store shit with all the sugar in it? I mean, I don't really know about cat food because he's been on medicated food his whole life. So I have to I'm stuck with this fucking guy he's like a fucking prima donna. He can only eat one kind of food. Yeah, exactly. He knows. He knows the fucking trouble he's put me through. I mean, on one hand, it's kind of nice because I don't have to worry about one thing, but he knows. He knows, bro. He's not playing. Right, Fluffy? You fat fucking bastard. He's just purring on my feet. All right, I think I can get back to playing now. 'Cause that was like actually injuring me. Okay, here's the question: how fat are your parents? Like now, I'm like really picturing that you have like truckload parents, like. You know, they have a minivan, and like when they get in the minivan, the fucking shocks go down, and like the whole family's like 400 pounds. And I'm sitting here fat shaming and get thrown off of fucking YouTube. It's bad enough, like, you know, the liberals and the conservatives hate me because I talk too much shit, but I'm gonna get fucking banned for fat shaming cats. You're not allowed to say that. You're hurting his feelings. Alright. What else can we fucking... What are they gonna give me to play next? Let's see what's next. Fucking A sharp. I'm gonna get what? Free Palestine. How free Ireland? How's that going? Haven't seen you in a minute. Let me guess what happened. Your cat puked. This fucking guy. Let's have a drink to Ireland. Free Ireland. Let's do the fucking Irish goodbye. What free Palestine? There's no fucking Palestine left. What the fuck is left? Free Palestine. Should have thought about that 40 years ago. Fuck. Yeah, Palestine's a parking lot. It's free parking in Palestine right now. It's been a long time. But did I fucking call it or what? It's a fucking parking lot. Free Palestine. Free parking in Palestine. Fucking shit show. Appa, what do you think about free Palestine? What do you think, Appa? Free parking? What do you think? No? They need roads before they can have free parking, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. I know. It's a stupid comment. If they don't have any roads, how can they have free parking? He winked at me. Watch it happen. The world has a fucking choice. You got fucking rejects on all sides of the equation. You got fucking Satan's asshole running the fucking three religions. You got Satan's asshole on the left that's actually exposing himself as fucking Satan's asshole. You have normal people in the middle like, what the fuck? Will you guys just fucking kill each other and get over with so we can just live in peace? You got fucking rejects on the left, rejects on the fucking right. What are you gonna do? You think going in the street and protesting with a fucking sign and burning your own city down is gonna help the fucking Palestinians when they're starving to death and getting bombed the fuck? Because some fucking group from fucking Eastern Europe that fucking culturally appropriated fucking, Semites and has now like taken over the world by owning everything. And here's the fucking crazy part. The people on the left who are so anti-Israel are literally living like Jewish fucking ideologies because, communism, socialism, Marxism is all Jewish. That's not like a conspiracy theory. I mean, that's who invented all that stuff, right? The Bolsheviks were all Jewish. Like where does it all come from? So you hate the Jews, but you want to live by the ideology. Like the whole left is like fucking, it's like brain damage. You know what I mean? Like, free Palestine, And then they side with the fucking people, like, they all transgender, but they want to side with the people that would, like, if you go to their country, they're going to hang you. Nothing makes fucking sense. The whole place it doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. That's why I sit at home and drink and play guitar and mind my fucking business, because everyone's too retarded for me to fucking deal with. What Semite? I'm more of a Semite than the people who live in Israel. The fucking sun hates them. How can you? They have zero fucking Semitic DNA. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? They're all fucking Polish. They're all Polish. Like they're Polish and Ukrainian and fucking what do they call it? Fucking Khazarians. Whatever the fuck they are. They're all fucking Europeans. They're fucking white Europeans from the fucking Caucasus. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, Puerto Ricans are more Semitic than the people in Israel. What are we talking about here? Semitic. Fucking doublespeak crazy shit. Like, nothing makes any sense. None of it makes any sense. When you just stop and, like, it's some conspiracy theory that think that, words are poison, and every time someone fucking reads a fucking book, they fucking get brain damage. Because nothing makes any fucking sense. Everything's upside down and backwards in English. Semites are fucking not. Semites are not Semitic. You got fucking weird, like, the list of inside out words is too much for me to bear. Like, nothing makes any fucking sense. You got, like, the real Hasidic rabbis in New York are all anti-Israel. But you can't, the fucking rabbis are anti-Israel, but we can't be anti-Israel if you're in America. But you can burn an American flag, but nothing makes any fucking sense anymore. Like, I don't give a fuck about Israel, Palestine. I don't live there. It's not my fucking business. But then if you're going to force feed this shit down my throat every time I open up fucking TikTok or YouTube, I'm going to say, like, none of that makes any fucking sense. Why do I care? It doesn't fucking matter to me. Like, there are fucking problems over here. Like, here's the solution. We stop fucking giving all our shit to people that don't live here. What the fuck do we have to do with fucking Israel? That's a billion miles away. Why do I have to fucking hear about any of their bullshit? Fuck off. Fuck off Israel. Fuck off Palestine. Fuck up Europe. I don't give a fuck about any of you guys. It's none of my fucking business. Handle your own shit. Like, handle your own fucking business. Why are you making it my fucking problem? I don't want to hear it. I don't care if you're Jewish or fucking Muslim, whatever. Go in your fucking hometown, in your fucking country, and keep your shit to yourself and leave me the fuck alone. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with me? I mean, we could say that, America funded. I didn't fucking. No American actually. Nobody knows what's actually going on. Americans don't actually know anything. You have the right and the left, and they all fucking spew talking points from a fucking magic fucking glass box. Nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about. Both sides are wrong. Both sides are retarded. Like, everybody needs to learn to fucking mind their own fucking business, take care of their own house and their own fucking neighborhood. Everyone's fighting each other over shit that does not fucking matter. At all. Release the Epstein files. Here's the fucking problem with the double speak, right? They want the Epstein client list, and then they say it doesn't exist. Because it doesn't exist. Do you think that this fucking Epstein guy is gonna have a database list of everybody? Do you think somebody, a billionaire who's organizing fucking child, whatever the fuck he's doing on his magic island, is that fucking stupid? Release the list. Like, that's what I mean. Everyone's fucking retarded. It's like, there is no list. Nobody has a list. If they had a list, they would have burned it already. There's no list. There's probably inferences of people that know each other but there's no oh, we got him. Here's the fucking, he got Mughal guy pan and General Tso's chicken, and they have an order list. Like, it's so stupid. Because it never existed. Just think about it. It's the double speak that the fucking media plays on people. They have you thinking there's a list. And then you actually stop thinking about the real shit that he had, not just a fucking island, but he had some fucking crazy mansion in fucking Ohio or fucking some weird fucking desert place that no one talks about. That you're so busy looking at the list that you're not paying attention to the other bad shit. Who cares about the fucking list? The list doesn't matter. There's no list. Who the fuck? That's like saying you have a fucking neighborhood drug dealer, and the drug dealer has a list, a database of everyone he sold meth to, and we're gonna get. It's so fucking stupid. It doesn't exist, and that's why the FBI says the list does not exist. It really doesn't exist. And then you're so busy looking at that, you're not asking for the fucking videos to be released. And then he's talking about Trump listen, like him or not, Trump is the only balancing act that we have. If Trump gets out of office, then the entire world implodes. It's like, you guys don't see the game. It's like Hunger Games. And there's different factions of these super elite people. Because you think that these free countries, no. We're all fucking peasant serfs. We're all debt slaves. Okay? People that were working in the fucking farms 200 years ago were less of a slave than us. So in order for you to survive, you have to work double the amount that a fucking peasant farmer had to work for the fucking serf king. We're all slaves, and then there's this elite, super elite class that rules over us. And right now, they're having a battle of Satan's asshole and make-believe, kind of Christian people, or God-fearing people that want to give us an umbrella when they piss on us, rather than just fucking piss on us in our face. And it's Trump is just the face of some fucking faction of less evil people than the fucking psychos. You know what I mean? I don't remember Trump saying that he ever said there is a list. What I do remember is Trump saying, or not even saying, I remember he was the only one that testified as an informant against him. And I remember when I had my podcast, I was the one covering that shit. He was the only one out of all the famous people who actually went and testified against the guy. So it's everybody's, you get all your fucking talking points from the magic boxes. The magic box told you, Trump bad, this guy bad. And then your fucking country's getting overrun, and you're worried about fucking someplace 4,000 miles away. Because the fucking TV told you to. It's so fucking stupid. It's so dumb it hurts my fucking soul. Okay? Like, before I got blacklisted and banned, I had my little fucking mini fucking live stream there. It got to a point after the George Floyd thing where I couldn't cover the news anymore. Because the news was so fucking stupid that I couldn't even analyze it and break it down. I used to do hardcore breakdowns, like, body, like reading, or all kind of crazy shit. You guys have no idea. And it got to a point where the news was so fucking dumb, it hurt me to watch it. I don't understand how any of you are still watching anything and believing any fucking thing you see. I don't care what side it's on. But to think that Trump's the fucking, Trump, and the Trump bad, it's like, and then they use Trump as the excuse for everything. I was like, you have a fucking argument with somebody about like fucking, liberals, do you think that you should use fucking like more cat litter because your house smells like fucking piss? Well, until Trump says that cat litter is fucking everybody, then fuck you, I don't want to hear it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He said it was on his desk, posted, because I never seen that. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I never saw it. But what I can tell you is that this list, I don't think, that's the thing when you talk about politicians. It's always doublespeak and covering their ass. It doesn't matter which side they're on. So they'll tell you something, but because you didn't listen to the words the right way, you know what I mean? It sounds like something and it isn't. And then you go looking for the thing and it never happened. But there really wasn't no list. And like, there is a list. There's no list. But they're not lying to you. There's no client list. There may be a list of people that was on the plane. There may have been a list of fucking people he talked to. There may have been a list of people like, that were like, say, but there's no client list. It's not a fucking nail salon. I'm gonna tell you something. I worked with actual like, call girl services and fucking like madams in Manhattan and fucking like fetish shit. I worked in that area. Okay? I know how like that kind of shit operates. You know what I mean? When you're in New York, you know people. And I'm telling you, nobody has a client list. Especially a fucking billionaire fucking Mossad guy. What the fuck do conspiracy people say he is? You think some fucking super spy that's fucking, black fucking mailing people is gonna have a client list? Do you think Diddy has a fucking list of all the people into his parties? Meow, meow, meow. I mean, you know what I'm saying, bro? Come on. I mean, like, come on. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not saying that Epstein's not fucking evil. I think it's a lot worse than people think it is. You know what I mean? That's the scary part. And everyone's worried about the list. Who gives a fuck about the list? Why are you talking about the list? Talk about, expose exactly what was happening. Right? Show the fucking, like, surveillance videos, or like show, like, the connections, blah, blah, blah. Forget the fucking list. Something that can be plausibly denied. Oh, there is a list. Well, there isn't a list. Oh, I had a list, but I don't know. And everyone's stuck on the list because the fucking TV told you to look at the list and you're not looking at anything else. That's what I'm saying. People are fucking stupid. I have an IQ of 172. You guys have an IQ of 89. It hurts me to talk to most people. The average IQ in America right now is between 89 and 110. It's like I'm fucking talking to brick walls. It hurts my fucking soul. It fucking hurts. It fucking hurts. I have the psychic fucking pattern recognition on top of it. So I'm like, I see things before they happen. And I gotta like talk to everybody with their stupid fucking political ideologies that have no idea what the fuck they're talking about because somebody on the fucking TV that wears their fucking color tie told them to fucking believe some stupid shit. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck. And it's like, do I agree with everything that Trump says? No, I don't agree with everything anybody says. That's stupid. That's what fucking children do. It's like, it's like black and white shit. No. But when it comes to statistic probability of who's going to save the fucking world and balance it out, Trump's the only fucking option. And it comes to the fucking elite fucking factions of like fucking good versus evil, Trump is like chaotic neutral in fucking D&D. You know what I mean? And I'd rather have that than any of these fucking Democrat fucking socialist psychopaths because, look, I'm a fucking native, like, American, right? I'm like actual like island, Native American. I'm a real fucking native. I'm sitting here like, I'm fucking sitting here in the middle of fucking stupid. I don't fucking want to deal with any of you fucking people, right? But if I have to watch this fucking shit, and I'm like watching everybody eat each other, dude, in the entire history of mankind, any kind of Marxist socialist communism doesn't work because in order for it to work, you have to put a ruling class in there, then give them guns and give them a monopoly on violence so that they can distribute and fucking act like the nanny of the world. And if those guys aren't the Buddha or Jesus Christ like clones, we're all fucked. We're all fucked. It's just that's the vulnerability. So all the other reading marks in this guy, this is fucking irrelevant. Because the vulnerability in the system is who's going to enforce it. If those fucking people don't have like Buddhist fucking Jesus-like morality, we are fucked. So, yeah. Gavin Newsom. That guy's, you know what? Did you ever stop to look at people's faces when they speak? And you don't have to like I was trained to read people and all this fucking ninja spy shit, okay? You don't have to be that guy. You just have to look at someone's eyes and their face and watch their expressions when they don't, like, especially when people don't know you're watching them, all right? And then we look at something called incongruence. I'm going to give you a little experiment right now, okay? I want you to smile and try to frown at the same time. Try to frown, bring your eyebrows down, and try to smile at the same time, okay? Now try to do that and flare your nostrils. Your face doesn't want to do things incongruent, disconnected, okay? So when you look at people like Bill Gates, he has what I used to describe as the sociopathic snarl, right? Where he has like this smile, but his frown and his nostrils are flared. When you look at Gavin Newsom, he's a cokehead. The guy's a cokehead and he's a fucking weirdo behind the scenes, okay? When you look at people, you can see, like, if you just pay attention, these people are fucking demented and evil. They always look like some kind of like fucking like B-rated fucking villain in a Batman cartoon. Or, you know what I mean? You know what it's like? It's literally what it is. It's like the 60s version of like Batman, the villains come out and like, and they're all fucking weird. Like the fucking mayor of Chicago, that lady that looked like fucking Beetlejuice. Or like, they all look fucking deranged. The fucking mayor of New York, or the governor of New York, the Nancy Pelosi's fucking cousin. The bitch looks like a witch. Like, she has this weird fucking evil face. All these fucking people, the demons come out of their fucking face. It's like, what the fuck? And I'm gonna tell you honestly, none of the people in the ruling class look like normal humans. And nobody notices. I'm not saying they're fucking aliens, but I'm saying that they're not fucking bred of the same gene pool as everybody else. They all look like they came from some other fucking place. It's kind of weird. You know, it's kind of like how cops aren't allowed to police their own fucking neighborhood. They usually put them somewhere else. What's up, Eduardo? But like, that's what it feels like to me. Like they're fucking like disease mutated fucking like humans with like genetic mutation for fucking psychopathy and fucking narcissism. And they're put into these positions of power by some fucking like satanic fucking like fucking demon Illuminati shit. And then the fucking normies like pick sides like it's a fucking football team playing for your life. It's all fucking stupid. The whole thing is retarded. The whole thing, the whole system makes no fucking sense. None of it makes sense. If you actually stop playing, you know, and this is the easy way to explain it. Imagine that you're an alien that got dropped here yesterday, okay? You have no skin in the fucking game for anybody, and you're just here to observe. And you start watching like, you're all fucking nuts. Okay? You're all fucking nuts. None of this makes sense. I'm paying on a fucking planet where everything fucking regrows infinitely for free. I'm paying to drink fucking water that comes from the fucking sky. Okay? Nothing makes sense. Let's do something fucking jamming. And I'll rant again after. What's this? feeling that right now. I need something scary. No, fragile. Get the fuck out of here. What's this? What's this? Modern technical. No. I remember. I want some fucking scary neo-classic. Okay, 80s hefty metal backing track in E minor. Try this. You know, I'm actually triggered now. You know, I'm triggered by fucking bad politics and YouTube serving me fucking crappy backing tracks. How's that fucking feel? Huh? Now you guys got me triggered. Oh my god. Let me see. I want to make sure the stream's actually still fucking running. Let me see. I want to make sure the stream's actually still. It says only one person's here. I'm talking to myself. There was like fucking 5 people here before at least. That's so weird. Alright. Well, good. I'm glad nobody's left. Yeah, I guess YouTube doesn't like it when I tell the truth and basically expose the fact that everything's stupid and nothing makes any fucking sense. And they get mad at me. They say, no, you can't say that. You can't say that. Don't say that to the people. All right. now just like threw me off, buddy. What's up? ¿Cuál es tu problema? ¿Qué pasó, el gato? Meow. Yeah, you're gonna eat your ass after you meow at me. All right, we'll do another one. Let me just stretch. Because I'm gonna stay on here. I gotta stretch my legs so I don't wind up an old man with back problems. Oh man. Yes, Apple, I know. People come and go as soon as I start doing the scary guitar stuff. Oh God. That last one was pretty good. You're mad at me because I stopped playing? Is that what it is? You just want more food. What? Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Alright, I'm gonna keep playing. We're gonna keep going. Not that anybody appreciates me. Let's try this again. guess. Heroic power metal. F sharp minor. Sharp. I wonder why. Something like that. Oh god, I'm itchy. I'm sorry, Appa. No one's here. It's okay. I can scratch my face. I'm just practicing. Don't get mad at me because I fucking stopped playing for a fucking second. I'm itchy and there's nobody here. It's okay. I can fuck off a little bit. Nobody cares. It's okay. I'm not getting paid for this shit, Appa. I'm not getting paid for this. I can relax a little bit. Is it okay with you? He gets fucking mad if I stop. That was the end of the track anyway. Fucking done. It's only so many times we play the same fucking riff. This is fucking shit. One second. Oh god. No, I'm not feeding you, bro. Stop. You're stretching. I'm gonna fall on you. Alright, listen, I've never heard this before. Alright, what is this? Who is this? Okay, I almost faked that. Yeah, Appa, I know. Fucking game shit. I'm gonna do that shit for nobody. I'm not gonna hurt myself for nobody. If no one's watching this shit show, I'm not gonna hurt myself. That's stupid. Oh god. All right, Appa, I'm gonna give you treats. Come on, cause you're being a fucking brat, and that's just stupid. You're not gonna leave me alone. I'm gonna give you some treats, but you're not starving. You're making people think I don't fucking feed you. It's not cool. You get fed twice a day on a schedule. You don't need to be eating any more than that. Here. That's it. Don't cry to me anymore, because you're gonna get fucking fat and shit yourself, and then it's my fault. I don't want to hear it. Fucking cat bullying me. I swear to God, he just bullies me. And now he's got this thing where he's on the, if I don't fucking feed him like treats on the stream, he just yells. It's like, you're gonna feed me. You have thumbs. Do your job. I don't know if I should play this insane fucking shit. It's gonna hurt me. But I know people watch the replays and they like this shit, so may as well try it. May as well fucking try it. I know this is gonna hurt though. This fucking track will be sorry. Every time this fucking YouTube shows me this shit, it hurts my hands. Okay. Because I have to do something stupid to fucking. Because the first time I played it, every time I get a jam track, I get the first melody I get gets stuck in my head, and I always try to fucking play the same thing, and then it just fucking hurts. Oh God. Oh God, what am I doing to myself? Am I really gonna do this? Oh, fuck. I have to prepare myself for this. Oh God. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? Oh, I know why. Because the fucking world's imploding. I don't want to fucking hang out with anybody because they're fucking retarded. Okay. Oh God. Let's go again. Who knows? Those fucking. Let's key change. Key change. What's this? E minor. We're gonna do D minor. enough of that 80s shit. Whew. Yeah, the 80s shit's kind of boring, but we gotta practice it anyway. So it could be cool. Sometimes you gotta play shit you don't like, so you can practice. I know you don't like it either. chords. Let me change it. Oh. I find it hard to believe that 1 billion people on YouTube, I can't hold more than 1 viewer when I'm playing fucking super competitive at 9 billion miles an hour. I mean, come on, YouTube. You're fucking bullshit. I mean, anybody that fucking... The whole point of this, anybody that watches this shit for fucking long, it's like, come on. Like, this is ridiculous, YouTube. Like, how come on. I'm doing fucking musical backflips. Fucking motherfuckers are like fucking me. No one's fucking helping me. Oh, God. I know, Appa. We're fucking communist scumbags. Oh, my God. My back hurts from fucking shredding that hard. My back hurts, literally, from shredding that hard. Appa, what? It's okay. What, Appa? I know, I stopped playing, I know. No one's here anyway, it's okay. It's okay. You're with me. I know, you're my fan. Let's see how many people showed up and looked at me with their YouTube. 600, one concurrent viewer. I mean, come on, YouTube. You're fucking bullshit. All right. I think I got my practice in. How long have I been going for? How long should I be running for? That's what I need to find out. Did I do enough? You tell me how long I've been on? I started, it's 2 hours. 2 hours of practice. I'm old, I don't need to be fucking killing myself anymore. The real issue is when people like look and see it's not possible for me to be this fucking nasty at everything I do and like have my view counters go backwards. There's gonna be a point where the system breaks and someone stands up for me. That's the fucking goal. See, is there anything I want to play? I don't want to play this. I don't want to play this. I don't want to play that. I don't want to play this either. I don't want to play that. Something anime. Jazz fusion. I don't care about that either. Cheesy ass shit. Minor? Alright, next. We got lockjaw for some reason. Oh, 80s fucking theme music. pops. What's up, Jesse? How's your cat? I gotta open this up, because if I keep tuning it from here, it pops. That's what I've learned. Yes, Op, I learned my lesson, so we're not gonna break the fucking string again. The only string on this guitar that, and I don't know if it's I'm bending too hard, the way I'm tuning it, but it always pops from the fucking bridge, and I don't. And I am bending like a fucking animal. I will say that the Kaler bridge is the best thing that was ever invented for a fucking guitar. And it's way underrated. I have to say that. It's the only fucking like floating trim I have because Floyd Rose made me sick. Yeah, your cat. My cat's still here mad at me because I won't feed him. I gave him treats though. Uh-oh. I didn't tune I didn't charge the tuner. I fucked up. It's been like a month and a half since I charged the tuner. Let's open up the programs. Doesn't matter what project I open. I have a tuner on everyone. So I can properly tune this bitch. Until let's put some death metal. I actually really play death metal and black metal, and all I have is 7-string guitars. But I bought this thing and like, there's nothing to practice death metal and black metal with, so I do solo-y shit. But though to me, I'd be like... If you play shit like that or like... That's why I'd be playing all day if it was up to me. Let's tune this bitch. Input 1. I don't have a tuner. Oh, I do have a tuner. What the fuck? Tell me a tuner's not gonna work. Motherfucker. What's going on? What am I doing wrong here? Oh, because the input's not in the right fucking channel. Duh. So you gotta listen to it because I'm using the program, so you gotta listen to the tune. Sorry, guys. Okay, we're good. You don't have to hear that anymore. Sorry about that. Okay, let's get rid of this. What the fuck? Why'd I open it twice? No, we don't need you. Shut up. Go away. Oh, it's frozen. Go away. I didn't ask you to do anything. Okay, whatever. Fuck off. Fuck off. I didn't ask you to open twice. I didn't drink that much. Okay. So your cat weighs 40 pounds? How do you know? Are you lying to me, bro? Don't fucking lie to me. We gotta play some evil fucking choir music for your cat because your cat's evil. Where's my choir? Hold on. Because like when I think of your cat, I think of something like fucking. Let's see. Where's my choir at? That's my choir. I think it's something like. I think it's something like fucking evil shit when your 40-pound cat enters the room. That's your cat's theme music when he walks into a fucking room. It's like... Yo, you gotta go on my Discord and post pictures of your fucking cat. I want to see what a 40-pound Siamese cat looks like. Like, I'm really a dog person. Like, I've had pit bulls my whole life. My last dog died on Christmas. But, the cat is the universal cat distribution system. I've told my story about the cat many times. I'm not saying I don't want your Appa. I'm saying that you were given to me by the gods. Okay? Don't get mad at me. But, I'm more of a dog guy. This is the only cat I had one of my own. I had one other cat called Tabitha, and she was an outdoor cat. She came to my house on her own through my window. And when I moved, I tried to give it to one of my bandmates, and she fucking bolted and ran away. No one ever saw her. She was like, I'm not having that. Yeah, they die earlier than cats do. But like every one of my dogs has lived to be 20 years old. Every one of them. It's fucking weird. I had one pit bull golden retriever mix. I had 3 pit bull. All of them lived to be 20. At least 20. Like some of them 22. The vets were like, what the fuck is this? And I don't know why, I mean, I guess I'm vegetarian, not that I'm saying, but like dogs can eat vegetarian, so they get their regular food and their wet food, but then the only table scraps they get is vegetarian food, so I guess that's probably what it was. My mom's not a vegetarian, she had my other dog, and he was a 22, so I don't think that's it either. But they eat pretty clean, I guess, my family doesn't eat like shit. I don't really talk to my family. My family, though, they're kind of retarded, but at least they don't eat shitty food. 17's still pretty old. I mean, that means they're happy. If they stay with you that long, that means they're fucking happy. So you must have done something right. What am I listening to? Pick a style or a key. Do you play guitar? Jesse, do you play guitar at all? Or are you one of the martial arts people? If you play guitar, pick a key, and pick a style. Cause I'm getting bored with this shit. So Jam Roulette started like 3 months ago, and the whole idea was for me to get back in shape, and all I do is just play whatever comes up. But I've gone through 100 tracks, so I kind of like know them. You know, some of them I only play once or twice, but it's still like I've heard them before. Oh, you don't play? Okay. Okay. Well, that's okay. Anybody else who's lurking in the stream, if you play guitar, anybody else lurking, pick a key and pick a style, and that's what Jam Roulette's all about. Like, I don't know what I'm playing against. That's the whole challenge, to get my ear training up. But we'll do whatever pops up, you know? I mean, the real goal of, there's 3 goals here. One was for me to get, like, you know, a reason to exercise and drink, so I don't drink alone, you know? But the other one was to, like, prove that the shadow banning, blacklisting is insane, because, you know, I was like a fucking guitar goon, and, you know, for me, my kung fu level and my fucking music level, for me to only be able to hold 4 viewers for the last 15 fucking years, something's wrong with YouTube! Yes, Up, I hear you. I know, I'm not playing, so you can yell at me. Can I get fucking 30 seconds, bro? That was quick. Everybody just fucking left? Are you still here? I'll just quit. We had like a whole bunch of people talking, and then no one's talking. I can just go to sleep or eat tacos or something. Oh, you gotta go? Okay. Well, at least you said goodbye. Unlike the other fucking retards that come in and fucking don't even talk. You sure? the alcohol talking. Okay. All right. Not bad for someone who's had like 9 shots. Making shit up as they go along. Ugh. I like to see any of these fucking pussy fucking guitar players on fucking TikTok and all the places that they fucking pantomime their fucking leads and they fucking... I want to see them come on stream and do what I've done for 4 fucking months, getting drunk and playing to random shit they've never heard and see how much balls they have. I want to see anyone compete with me, with my fucking 3 viewers. I want to see any motherfucker compete with me. I'll be right back. Alright. Is anybody still witnessing the shit show? What is this shit? fucking da for me. Alright. No love. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm done. Fucking YouTube and their fucking bullshit. I set out a challenge to anybody on the fucking internet. I want to see any of them try to do what I do. I don't give a fuck what international band they're in. Take 10 shots of whiskey and play the random tracks and let's see how fucking good you do. Let's see how good you guys do when you're not fucking prepared. I'm Gen X, when we actually had to have skills and actually fucking make believe you were a fucking musician. So, that's my challenge. I guess I'm done. Since YouTube decides I'm not allowed to have any friends. You know? But I'm good. I'm good on this. I don't want to fucking hurt myself. Well, you know what? I'm gonna play this. It's gonna be a key. Alright. 10 shots in, I can still fucking target pitches. I don't give a fuck. I should get some respect for that shit. I will save it for tomorrow. Alright guys, I'm gonna go eat some tacos. Everybody who watches the replay, I love you guys. Everybody who watches and hit the like button, go fuck yourself. YouTube, you guys have been like, you know, this should be RICO charges for the fucking government and the fucking corporations and all the fucking Antifa weirdos and BLM weirdos and fucking gamer weirdos and fucking Tai Chi weirdos that came after me. One guy by himself, okay, for so many fucking years, literally like cut me out of society. Everyone should go fuck themselves and you're gonna pay me off. Alright, let's do this. We'll do one more because I'm not gonna eat tacos yet. What's this? I kind of want to keep playing. I'm just making a mess. You want me to keep playing, Appa? Should I keep playing or should I go make a taco? Tacos? Or play? No playing? Yeah, I should get out of here, right? Yeah, I know. You're pushing me to keep playing, though. Fucking scumbags. What? I don't know what fucking key this is. What's going on? I didn't even notice the fucking chat, guys. I'm so sorry. I missed the whole fucking chat. No, there's a lot of Tai Chi metal guys. There's a lot of Tai Chi. How do I like the thing? Yeah, there's a lot of Tai Chi metal guys. You guys are, you don't realize. I am not the only one. In fact, how are you guys doing, by the way? Let me tell you a little secret. In order to be a Tai Chi master, you have to be a master of the 5 excellences. You have to do like, martial arts, medicine, philosophy, science, and art. And if you don't do the art, you're not a fucking Tai Chi master. Yes, Appa, tell them. If you want to be a master of the 5 excellences, you have to play metal. And you have to play heavy metal, like brutal fucking, like... Right, Apple? I'm doing all right. I don't know how about you guys. You came late. You have to play metal if you do Tai Chi. Otherwise, you're not a true fucking Tai Chi master. Unless you're a fucking boomer, then you play fucking like country folk music. Apple, what's up? You disagreeing with me? You wanna come up? Say hi, everybody. You wanna come up? Yeah, so I've been playing for like, 2 hours, 3 hours of fucking brutal metal. I mean, I think I'm 11 shots in, and I'm still able to hit pitches. So, Tai Chi for the win. Not bad for a fucking guy going on half a century old. I think, I did okay. Do you guys actually play, any of you play guitar? Like, if you play guitar, pick a key and pick a fucking style, I'll play it. Otherwise, I'm gonna go eat tacos. Because Jam Roulette's hit its end. Well, if you're, my chords, you play guitar? Oh, I know your fucking face from Discord. I know you. You're the Discord guy. What's up, buddy? Yes, Appa. You want to say hi? Come say hi. Come say hi. Come say hi. What do you want to come to my lap or not? You're being a brat. Oh. No, that's not a stalker. Stalkers are the fucking weirdos who watch me and don't say anything and don't like and fucking don't comment and then troll and talk shit. I have a fucking 100 stalker fans, you guys. Like, cause you gotta say, I had a gaming channel, I had a political live stream, I was a fucking bondage rigger, I was famous touring as a fucking adult performer. I've had so many accounts where people stalk me. That's not stalking. Stalking is when fucking weirdos sit there and fucking... I have guys who've stalked me for 10, I'm not even joking, 10 fucking years, where they'll go and they'll watch every stream, and then they'll try to find something so they can go and post in the fucking forum so they can try to cancel me from fucking people who don't give a fuck. That's stalking. I got like actual stalkers, like dangerous stalkers, who I pray one day try to fucking like pull a fucking Kirk on me so I can fuck them up. That's real stalkers. That's real stalkers, bro. You have no idea what stalking is. You're just a fucking guy on YouTube that watches YouTube videos. It's a fucking big difference. I got fucking people with no fucking life. They hate me for fucking, like, literally, like will hate me for 15 fucking years. I got guys from my gaming channel, Psyops Gaming, that stalk me on my martial arts channel that hate my guts because I beat them in a video game 12 years ago and they still can't get over it. I'm not even joking. These fucking people are insane. Of course they're fucking crazy liberals. Fucking communist cocksuckers. Because who else does that shit? But part of the reason I do this is because I won't drink by myself. So there's three reasons. One, I wanted to get my guitar skills back up because I was supposed to fucking do some fancy music stuff. Because that was my main profession when I was like growing up. And two is to prove the fucking, to get a record of, all the fucking YouTube and TikTok and all the fucking bullshit's going on. And three, so I don't have to drink by myself, because otherwise I'll just have one shot and go to sleep. I won't drink to get drunk if there's nobody around. But nobody knows this, but Chen Menching was alcoholic. Well, not alcoholic, I think what it means, he was just drunk. But you wanna know, I don't like to drink to get drunk by myself. You know what I mean? And like, even when I'm by I'll have I only fill them up halfway, so I'm not really drinking as much as it looks like I'm drinking. But I won't even get drunk before myself. And I definitely I won't go outside to drink. And because I was working as a bodyguard and doing private security, and I used to work the club scene, just being outside in public and drinking is just too much PTSD. I can't do it. Because when I go outside, I'm already fucking constantly scanning for fucking danger, So if I don't even have I'll go to a bar once in a while. I'll have one beer, and that one beer I'll hold it for 3 hours. It's stupid. So the only time I drink is when I'm on the stream, and once in a while I'll have a shot before I go to bed. But I had it's just so many years of fucking fighting and doing stupid shit, and it's just New York, man. New York traumatized me. So I really can't do it. It bugs me out. But this is a little secret. I actually learned how to play guitar on an acoustic. So I think the secret of getting really good at electric is to play on an acoustic. My first learning how to play was on an acoustic, and then I went to music school. All the practice rooms were always full, so I would just practice like this. I would just practice on a fucking acoustic. Exactly. I mean, I don't look big on the streams, but I'm actually 6'3" and 210, 220 pounds. You know what I mean? So I'm a lot bigger in real life, because I'm tall. And also because my muscle is dense. I don't look as big as I am. And that's why a lot of the Tai Chi people fucking underestimated me. I'm they don't understand. I'm actually a big motherfucker. I'm a big motherfucker, and I got into a lot of fights in my life. A lot, way too many to be proud of. It's bad. And it's weird, because you've been following me a bit. I've been talking Tai Chi and martial arts for 24 years on the internet. You know what I mean? And I was already, third dan black belt, 5 years, 10 years experience when I started talking about that. And these are people, I didn't even realize how fucking retarded they were. I was working private security as a teenager, you know what I mean? And I get into arguments with these people online that have no real life experience, and they don't even realize, so many people, they don't even realize how actual big I am. I'm 6'3" and 210 pounds right now. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird, So I know what you mean. The short guys, they always have a fucking, oh my God. It's always the fucking short drunk guys, and they have that fucking Napoleon complex, man. Oh my. I worked with the fucking bars and the clubs so many years. I can't tell you how many of the fucking short retards that always want to start shit. It's always the short guys and the girls. The fucking women are the worst. I actually was a stripper for a little while. I did a couple Chippendale party type things when I was young, I was in my 20s. I did 3 of them, and never again. Never again. The 2 fucking worst parties I ever had to work was working girls weddings and anything with black hip hop. It was the fucking worst. Holy shit. Every fucking time. The girls were the worst, man. They'll claw you and rip your fucking clothes. They're fucking horrible. But the black parties were the fucking worst. And I'm not saying this, I'm racist, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm saying this because this is anybody who's done security will tell you. Every fucking time, it's either a fucking bachelorette party or a fucking hip-hop party. There's always some fucking drama. If you've done security for a fucking club, oh my fucking God. Anytime it's like a fucking chick night or some fucking like hip-hop fucking rap shit, it's always a shit show. You're prepared for fucking nonsense. And there's always some short motherfucker who's got like fucking a little dick who's fucking pissed off. Every fucking time. Oh my God. When I first started doing security, I was in the Guardian Angels, and one of the guys, he started his own security company. And my first fucking event was on this fucking party boat off the fucking West Side Highway. And it was this short little motherfucker. It started a fucking brawl of like 30 fucking people. We had people in the we made a brig in the fucking boat because there was so many people fighting. It was just so stupid. There's always the shortest motherfucker that starts the shit. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. I mean, and this is going back to 1990 fucking whatever. You know what I mean? It was different back then, you know? Like, but, God damn. Like, every fucking time. I can't, and like, it's like literally I'm looking at this guy like this, like, you know, he's a fucking short guys. And it's weird because like, the tall brolic motherfuckers, they're not the ones starting shit 90% of the time. I know it sounds crazy, but like, you're right. It's like, when I go back to all my years doing private security, like, even as a bodyguard, I was like, it was always some short ass fucking little motherfucker starting shit. Or some girl that was, it's every fucking time. And I guess I'm lucky, you know what I mean? But like, you know, there's been like, I'm not gonna lie, there's been times where like there's some big motherfuckers we had to take out. But like 5, you know, I'd say like 6 out of 10 times, it was some short little fucking jerk off. Like, you know, it's like every fucking time, man. But honestly, like 7 out of 10 times, it was the girls that started the shit. Like, the fucking girl, I mean, I don't know about now, because I've been out of this, like, I stopped, like, doing events in, like, 2018? When did I leave New York? I left New York in 2019. I think the last event that I did was 2018. Maybe 17, 18, I don't remember. But it was still pretty chill. Like, I did private parties and things like that, so, like, you know, the last person I had to, like, smack around was, like, 2017 and 2018. Like, no, I'm lying. I mean, like, there's people, like, I on New Year's Eve, like, 2 years ago, on New Year's Eve, I fucking beat the crap out of somebody in North Carolina. But, yeah, when I was, like, actually working professionally, the last, like, incident I had was 2018, 19. And it was a short guy. I froze. No. That, you know what's crazy? Like, I don't know if it's... So one of my buddies was in this, like, biker gang that was, like, you know, approved by the Hells Angels, and I wound up doing, like, some security work for them, a little, like, 2 gigs. Nothing crazy. But I can say every biker event I've ever done, you know, I'm not, like, you know, I'm not affiliated with any, like, 81 or any of these guys, but, like, my buddies are affiliated. And I can honestly say anything I ever did with the bikers was always, like, super respectful. Bikers were like super respectful. I mean, I ride a sport bike, but here's a crazy story. I can tell the story. When I first got my sport bike, my first real ride, my buddy, he was in this, you know, this group, and they were like under the Hells Angels in New York. So he tells me, "Yo, come on this ride. It's for a funeral, and like, you know, I'm gonna be riding, blah blah blah." And I get there, and he's not riding, and I have this fucking blue Suzuki Katana. And, dude, I was forced to ride the tail for a fucking Hells Angels procession in New York City. And you know, you were biking, bro. Dude, this is my first real ride with a group. I'm on a fucking sport bike with, like, fucking, I don't know, like 50 to all 100. I don't remember. The line was retarded, okay? Just a retarded line, 2-file of Hell's Angels. And behind me is a fucking Hellcat and my boy who's supposed to be riding next to me in a fucking minivan. And I'm riding tail. So I'm sitting there and I have to fucking hit my nose in between these 2 fucking Hell's Angels and a fucking Hellcat with one of them behind me. Going to a funeral, bro, on my first ride. Dude! Yo, I've been in crazy shit in my life. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, I've been shot at, fucking stabbed, hit with bats, fucking gang, all kinds of crazy shit. I was nervous, bro. I was fucking nervous. On the West Side Highway, trying to keep my fucking mic in me. Like, bro, I was actually nervous, bro. I was really fucking scared. I'm not even gonna lie. I was, like, for the first time in my life, I was really, like, actually nervous. Like, not scared, but, like, I felt, like, pressure, man. Because these motherfuckers ride like they're, like, the fucking Blue Angels and shit. And they're, like, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like, you know, I rode before, but this is, like, this is, like, 10 years ago. When did I get my fucking bike? I think it was 10 years ago I got my bike. I rode when I was a little kid, like a little bit other people's bikes. My first bike that was mine, that I still have, that my only vehicle, I've been riding a motorcycle for 10 years, my only vehicle, is the Suzuki Katana. And my first ride with the group was with the fucking Hells Angels going to a funeral procession. I swear on my life. It was fucking nuts. It was nuts. I was actually, I wouldn't say I was scared, but I was fucking nervous, man. I was nervous, bro. I was nervous. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I was telling the truth, man. I was nervous. It wasn't like I didn't think they would do it, but, like, you know, it was more like I wanted to show respect and, like, actually, you know, like, you know, be good. And they were like, they don't fuck around, man. Like, it felt like I was back in, like, formations and shit. Like, you have to really be, you have to know your shit, man. It was crazy. And I have this Hellcat, like, 3 to 5 feet from my bumper. And then I had these 2 fucking, like, goon Hells Angels in front of me with a fucking procession. I don't know if it was 100 people. It was a long fucking line, bro. Like, just, like, 2 stack forever. You know what I mean? And they were, like, right in front of me, and there's this fucking Hellcat behind me. I'm like, if I fuck up, I'm fucked, man. I don't know, man. That was a memory. But it's cool that you know. Do you ride at all? Or do you just do security? I remember I did a security gig for Hells Angels for the new club that they had in Staten Island, because of my boy. I'm not, like, you know, trying to, like, say that, like, I'm down with them or anything, but, like, you know, people knew me in New York as, like, this, like, ninja guy, so, you know, I had props, and he hooked me up, and he called me, and I got paid, like, I think it was like $150 to do, like, 2 nights. They were doing construction at a new headquarters or something. I don't fucking remember what it was. I don't even know where it was in Staten Island. I just know it was Staten Island. Oh, okay. But you know what I'm talking about, because you know the type of people I'm talking about. And, like, I was a badass, you know what I mean? But, like, you know, like, and I wasn't even afraid of, like, fight, but I just, like, it was like an honor thing. Like, I didn't want to look bad, you know? Like, I didn't think I was gonna get beat up or anything, but I just didn't want to, like, look bad. It was weird, you know? Like, getting that big, like, the first 3 guys I can handle, but after that, I'm dead, you know? Like, this fucking, because, like, these guys are ex-military goons, you know what I mean? I can probably take the first 3, but, like, I'm dead after that. You know what I mean? There's only so many fucking knockout shots you can throw. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Let's just be fucking real, you know what I mean? I know, like, if I'm in a shit situation like that, the first 3 guys are dead, you know? I don't care what they are. But after that, there's only a statistical probability you're gonna get fucking rocked. You're fucked, you know? But the first 3 guys will be dead. But the fucking after that, you know, you're lucky. It's just try to get home. I've been in situations like that so many times where, like, you know, it's me against, like, 10 fucking... I mean, there's been, you know, luckily, like, you know, I work security. I always have at least 3 guys with me, you know? That's when I did my private parties. I only had 1 guy with me. But I don't have 100 people at a party, you know what I mean, for my private events. So I have one of my black belts with me. That's enough for 100 people. Because usually there's 100 people, you get into a situation, there's only 5 of them you're going to have to deal with. So it's like 2 or 3, and after you fucking lay out the first guy, they're like, oh shit, you know, and they're just done. I used to throw these parties at this fucking, this Park Avenue loft in New York. And we had like 150 people. So it was me and one guy. And we always handled that. That wasn't an issue. We only had a couple, I think like, out of like 100 something events, we had like 5 incidences. And it was easy. So like, you know, it wasn't a big deal. Oh yeah, I mean, I had a short, I call it an incidence with the military in my life, you know, because I got, it was a very, because in the 90s it was very easy, I can't say on the internet, but like I never actually got to serve, but I almost got in and I had a situation. I was a bad kid, you know. But I wound up working for a company that worked for the military for a little while, and I had some fun. But other than that, you know, but I spent a lot of time training. You know, that was another thing. Like, you know, like kind of the 20, I was like, do I really want to do this, or do I want to, like, you know? And so I wound up training. You know, a lot of my kids went. I call them my kids, you know, but they're my students, and I trained a lot of guys that went to the military, and then guys who came out of the military came to me. Like I had a couple of like guys who were like Rangers and SEAL that used to come to like train with me and shit. But I never actually got to serve in the military, but I wouldn't have made it. Like, you know, I got. I wish I could tell this story of what actually happened because it was so fucking stupid. But I'm glad that it happened that way because I was not military material. I was too smart. I was too much of an asshole, and I was raised by my master, and for like 3 years, bro. They like 2 different branches were called like looking for me, bro. Like looking for my ass, like looking for me, bro. I can't. I wish I could tell the story what happened because it's so fucking funny. But this is like the 90s before, you know, it was still paper. You know what I mean? So I got away with a lot of shit. But then later on I wound up, you know, because I was a computer tech and like, you know, and then my master was he was like special forces Korean guy. You know, he was not Korean, but he was American Army he got transferred into the Oracle Capital Division. And then his students were like FBI, ATF, like all kinds of goons. So they got me this offer for Blackwater and all this crazy shit. And some weird stuff happened. And then like, you know, I went to I don't want to, I've been drinking, I gotta be careful. But I'm just gonna say that from 96 to 99, motherfuckers were like pissed, bro. They fucking pissed them off. Oh yeah, I had 2 guys who were paratroopers who trained with me in the 90s. Fucking paratroopers are hardcore, but like, you know, my IQ was too high, and you know, I knew what was going on, and then like. What really, I guess I was lucky because when I entered the Guardian Angels in 1993 or 94, was it? But I was young, but I was big, and I was already fucking like hardcore trained, you know. So I was doing private security when I was 14, and because everybody thought I was 17 when I was 14, you know what I mean? And I was in the Guardian Angels for 2 years, and I lived with them. I was full time, and this is when people come back from Desert Storm, I think it was. So I was training with guys who were out in Iraq and Desert Storm, the first, you know, wave. And they, you know, they kept, I think that was probably what saved me. But then I got into this thing where I was a tech and I wound up in fucking, you know, Alexandria, Virginia, and I was working near the Pentagon. You get the idea. So I got lucky because I was smart and I had really smart guys who were already out. Like, I can say this. I can tell you this. Like, so because of my master, there was one guy who was like this, like an ATF FBI assistant attorney guy. He got me an offer for a contract with Blackwater. It was like $1.5 million or $500,000. I don't remember. This is like 25 years ago. But the thing is, and he even said it like, listen, you're gonna make like $1 million or $500,000, whatever it was, but the thing is, like, if you wind up in a bag, like, you're nobody, and between that and then going down to Virginia and doing tech work, and I was like, I'm not fucking with this. I'm too, like, because I saw what they were doing, I don't want to say on the stream, but you get what I'm talking. You were there, you know what I'm talking about. And it was just like, I'm not gonna be a dog for these fucking people. You know what I mean? And not to disrespect my boys, because like, yo, like I trained so many guys who went out and like, they did the thing, and I'm not disrespecting them, but like the shit that was done to my friends and my family, like I can't accept, it bothers me. And as much as I want, it's so fucked up because like I was trained my entire life to like be that guy, and I couldn't be that guy because the fucking people that run this shit are so fucked up that I couldn't live with myself, Like, okay, it was Desert Storm because like like I got hit in the head a lot, so like my memory is fucked up. But it was Desert Storm, so like 1993, 4-ish. That's when I was in, and guys were coming back from Desert Storm, and I was training and I was in squads with them. So I was like out in the street like fucking like arresting drug dealers in fucking 1993, 94. You know what I mean? With guys from Desert Storm, and they would tell me all the fucking shit that was going on. And if I think that will help me, like that kept me, because it gave me a prerequisite to what the fuckery that was going on and how fucked up. And then like my master who was in Vietnam and how bad the DAV treated him, it was so disgusting. But I wound up training at least like 20 guys over 15, 20 years, whatever it was, that, went in, And I tried to convince him not to go. And it's not because... It's a weird thing, because I'm a super patriot, but I also don't fucking trust the government. So it's a weird fucking thing, Because if it was, like, legit, I would be the first motherfucker in, bro. Like, give me diplomatic immunity and a fucking... like, I'm like, all about that life. Like, but, like, I can't do it for them. Because I see it. I see what they're doing, Like, I can't do it. But I had a lot of my boys come back with fucking, It's you know how it is. I don't have to tell you. But yeah, there's a storm, that was fucking... What a fucking shit show. I mean, some of my kids came back with shrapnel and all fucking stupid shit. In the wrong fucking place, It doesn't even make any fucking sense. And now we got fucking guys in fucking Ukraine. We have our people who are going in, like, on their own. They're going to fucking Ukraine with us. It's literally fucking as well time the fucking Nazis. It's so fucking stupid, man. It's like, oh my God, I can't deal with it. It's just like, because like, as a kid, I trained my entire life to do the thing. And I can't do the thing because it's so retarded. I can't go do the thing because the people that run the thing are so retarded. But yeah, exactly. It's like that's my like my love-hate, because like, because like I'm kind of this like bastard military brat, but at the same time I can't stand what runs it, and my whole life was dedicated to like preparing to do that thing, and like I couldn't do the thing because I saw what they were doing and what they did to my families. I call my family, they're not my like blood family, but the people who raised me, and I'm like I can't do it. It's like this. It's this fucking thorn in my side, because like I trained from 13 to 19 to prepare to do the thing, That's all I wanted to do. And then I was like, I can't do the thing because these fucking people are Satan's asshole. And I trained so many kids who went. I call them I call them kids, but they're not kids, But And then guys who came back after that I had to do rehab because I was at Equinox. I had an Army Ranger, a Navy SEAL. I have people who had fucking serious problems because they came back from bullshit that they shouldn't have fucking. There's no. And then on top of that, they fucking afterwards they give away all our shit to these motherfuckers. Don't get me. I can't. I fucking can't. Oh my god. Like it bothers me more. I only know how to express it because I know people don't understand me, and I can't. There's things I can't say on the internet, but fuck, man. But you know what? Like, it is what it is. I'm just glad you understand what I'm talking about. Like, I know I don't have to say it to you because I can tell you know what I mean. I know a couple. I mean, there's no best way to test your skills. And bro, like, let me tell you something. Living in New York, nobody tested his skills more than me. I can tell you that. I can tell you with honesty. Like nobody's like like I was in New York. I was well known. You know what I mean, for testing my shit. I can tell you that. You know what I mean. And when I was young, but I'll put it this way: I was 14 in the Guardian Angels in the 90s. I was patrolling Times Square when they were selling crack out of the fucking grocery store. Like the fucking window of the fucking corner store would sell crack. Like at 14 years old. And then at 15, 16, I was like a bodyguard for a mafia Shylock. Nobody tested their skills more than me. I made sure I knew what worked. Then I was training cops. I was training military guys. I was fighting fucking goons everywhere. Like nobody... And... People, they don't know. You know what I mean? Like, is somebody here? Nobody's here. I can tell you this. But, like, the people in the Tai Chi world, they don't fucking know. They don't fucking know. Like, first of all, I was already doing traditional karate, Jiu-Jitsu, and, like, all kinds of boxing before I did Tai Chi. I did Tai Chi in 1996 or 97. 96. Because I already learned William Chen's form before I went to college. I went to college in 97. So, 96, I started William Chen's Tai Chi. You know what I mean? I already had 100 fights under my, like, fights, live situations. I've arrested fucking drug dealers and fucking did raids by 1996. So, I already tested my shit. And then, like, just being a guy who looks white in a black neighborhood in fucking Eastern New York in fucking 1980, whatever the fuck, nobody got into more shit than me. I tested my shit pretty well, I was in gang fights. I used to chill with the fucking Chinese gangs, the Spanish gangs, the Italian gangs. Like, I was everywhere. So, like, I know what works and what fucking doesn't. I can tell you that 100%. And honestly, doing, like, bouncing work, it's not the place to test your real skills. Because, I don't know about you, but I did private security. Like, I was a bouncer, I did bodyguard. I was a bodyguard for, like, I can't say on the internet, but, it's NDAs and shit, but... I work for porn stars. I work for diplomatic type of people, like big people. That's nothing compared to the shit when you're working low-level events. When you're working a low-level event, that's when you really know your shit because, like when I would do, like, high-profile people, it was easy. The high-profile people were fucking easy, man. It was when I was, like, doing patrols or, like, I was fucking, like working with, like, the lower-level people or, like, can I say this on the internet? Like, so my mom got me a gig for a mafia Shylock. Like, even that wasn't as bad as working, like, the regular parties. Like, bro, like, the fucking low-level shit is when you really know if you fucking know your shit. Because, like, you're working for, like, diplomats or fucking porn stars or, like, actors, that's easy stuff. Because most of the people, they're afraid to even talk to them. But when you're fucking dealing with, like, the low-level, like, fucking peasant shit, that's when the fucking shit goes down, bro. I can't tell you how much... Oh, the Black Taoist? I'm gonna be honest with you. I give the Black Taoist and, Rudy Curry. Sifu Rudy Curry. He's in one of my push hands videos from 2017. You'll see him in one of my videos. I think it's like Push Hands with Mike or something. It's like one of my oldest videos. And you see him in the background of the suit. I always wanted to meet this guy. like I gotta give those guys credit because when YouTube Tai Chi started, those were the guys that really kicked it off, and no one gave them honorable credit, and it bothers me, because like they really, like, in the early days of the YouTube, they really pushed it. And when I was working at Equinox, I trained one of the fighters for the what do they call it? Man Up, Stand Up, where Rudy Curry and the Black Taoist, they had a traditional martial arts MMA thing, where traditional martial arts, and I had a fighter go in, and my fighter won. I was working at Equinox. His name was Carter Berry. So I trained this guy. I helped train him for the fight, and he won the fights. But I have nothing but respect for those guys. But I can tell you that I trained the fighter that went in and fucked those guys up. So like, my fighter won. That's all I can tell you. You know what I mean? And there's a little, I would fucking kill those fucking dudes. But I have nothing but respect for Sifu Rudy and the Black Taoist guy, because you gotta give respect where it's due. Like, when the shit started, those are the guys who started, who in the YouTube Tai Chi internal martial arts world, those are the fucking guys that no one gives credit to. And, I'll give them a respect. Like, they deserve it. You know what I mean? And they have their own, like, competition. You know what I mean? And my fighter won. That's some whiskey talking. Don't be mad at me. You know what I mean? But, like, my fighter did win. So. No, I can honestly say, like, but I don't know how much nobody's gonna, but I give them respect, And I wanted to meet Rudy Curry because when I was first, this is the beginning of YouTube, I watched Rudy Curry. I'm like, oh wow, he did Chen Man Cheng. So I wanted to meet him because he's my cousin. Because my first Tai Chi was William Chen. And William Chen was like 96. I started. You know what I mean? So I wanted to meet the guy because he's one of my family and like extended family, and he was the first YouTube guy. And I never got to meet him, but he did a cameo in my videos on accident, and he didn't know it. I didn't know it. I was pissed because I looked at the video like 2 or 3 years later. I'm like, holy shit, that's the guy. And I'm like, why did I get to play with him? Because that was my thing. Like, how I learned Tai Chi was because I went through New York, and I would just like, it was like 1990, I don't know when it was, but I just remember like 90 to 2000, and then I realized that William Chen's form wasn't the real shit, and I was pissed, bro. I was fucking pissed, man. Like, and I was like, I'm gonna use all my training, like my social engineering, like, ninja training, I'm gonna fucking get all the shit back, and I'm gonna put it into a form. Because if Yang Luchan stole the form, I'm already fucking third down black belt. I've had 100 fights under my belt. I fucking like study all the. He's not. Yang Yuchan's not better than me. I would have fucking beat his ass. So I'm like, if he can steal it, I can steal it. That was my thinking at 19 years old. It's probably egotistical, but like, that was how I thought. I'm like, fuck that. I'm gonna fucking go and steal this shit. And like thinking back, it's like probably egotistical, overconfident, but that was my mission, and I went on this like 20-year fucking mission to infiltrate everywhere I could and steal everything back. And then like 2001 is when I really got, like, cause I trained Buddhism since '93, but my Buddhist training was not real. I was training Buddhism from books and from like third-hand people, and all I knew about Buddhism was Musashi and like Zen Buddhism and like the samurai. And it wasn't until I met my master I did medical training on Tuna, like, and it was like 2000, 2001. That's when I really learned about real Buddhism. So I spent 2 years training to be like this like monk guy, And that's when things changed. But I couldn't let go. I was still attached to the idea of like, no, something in my soul was like, no, you have to fucking steal all the technique and get it back. So I spent years infiltrating like Chinatown and all these places, and like I would make like, oh, I don't know anything, would you teach me? If people knew the real story of what my life was like, they would think I'm fucking insane. They wouldn't believe it. You know, they wouldn't believe me. Probably like they wouldn't believe me. People think I'm crazy now, but they knew what the real story, man. Holy fuck. I can't. I wish I could tell the real story. Their brains couldn't take it. Like their brains really couldn't take the real story of like what I was doing and who I was working for and what I was, because like my life was like this crazy like 3-pronged thing, you know, and I how do I tell you guys this without getting in trouble? I'm gonna have to like write a book or something to like tell people the real story. Someday it'll come out. But anyway, like how I got the Tai Chi, because like, you know, you're interested in Tai Chi, is like, so I started with traditional Korean karate. I was boxing first, and then I went to Akujitsu. So I did Akujitsu for a couple of years, and then I met my master, and he was this fucking psycho from fucking Vietnam, and I stayed with him. He raised me. My parents, they were not good to me, so they threw me out, and I lived on his. I slept on the floor, and I trained with him all the time, like some like fucking Karate Kid shit, you know. He even had like this lot, like it was the last lot in East New York, in Kenosha, you know, and it was like I worked on this farm to pay for my karate lessons, and it was just crazy. And then one of his black belts was the one who taught me Tai Chi. It was like 96, I think, was when I first started Tai Chi, and he punched me. He just took a phone book, put it on my chest, and he blasted me with a hollow fist. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And he goes, that's Tai Chi. I'm like, I need to learn whatever the fuck that is. My karate teacher hated it. So I practiced Tai Chi in secret for years, so from like 96 to 2001. And then finally my teacher started seeing me do it, and I still did it, but he didn't like it. And then 2001, when I started seeing the Chinese websites on Toro, it was like Vizio, I don't know what the fuck it was. It was before the internet was an internet, and I started seeing like the fudging. Oh, I gotta figure this out, like the fake whatever this is. And then I started coming online in 2001, the Yahoo forums, and trying to say, no, it's not fake. I've been like working on this. I'm showing you it's not fake, and they hated my guts. And then I spent another 6-7 years like really going in to figure out what the secret stuff was, just to. And then I was like, oh shit, it's really lost because of the communist revolution. So let me put it back together. And that's how the whole thing started. And that's how the Celestial Dragon form came about. You know, like my secret form. So my secret, like real form that like nobody ever saw me do until recently was around 2002. What I did was I said, okay, well, William Chen took Chen Menqing's form and added moves back. And Yang Luchan stole the form. And I'm better than both of them. This is my thinking back at the time. I have more fight experience, more martial arts experience than, because William Chen only trained for 2 years with Chen Menqing. Yang Luchan, who the fuck knows what he trained? I'm like, I'll fucking murder those fucking guys. Like, it's like I grew up in the ghetto. I trained since I was 13 years, like really hard. They're not better than me. So I should be able to repurpose this stuff. So the Celestial Dragon form, I didn't name Celestial Dragon form. Sifu Shirley named it, but like, you know, my form had no name. It was, you know, Tongchun. It was like Tang Dynasty form. Tongchun is like, that's why I named it. It was the Tang Dynasty hand. And what I was trying to do was like every person or every master I met, what I did was I would see, okay, because I trained Tong Long, I trained Tang Bei, I trained all these other fucking styles with the guys I knew. And dragon style, all this shit. I was like, okay, I'm going to take every technique that I know. I'm going to use my traditional karate as a base, because that's why I train. And I'm going to say, okay, what forms are they using that fit into my curriculum? And then what forms do we not have in my curriculum that fit without changing any of my technique, that work? After that, I'm gonna say, okay, what forms what techniques do they have, or handset do they have that's not connected that actually works, and I'm gonna put that on top of William Chen's form, and I'm gonna use William Chen's form as a notebook to mark my progress. And originally, I had a notebook that had everyone's name and the date, but then it just got so crazy because like I would go to the parks and these and then they get outside of Tai Chi because like I met guys who were like the trainers for the Olympic fucking Greco-Roman team, the fucking Penn State wrestlers that I fucking like shit on. All these fucking I played like world champion Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys and all these fucking goons. And I would just take everything I knew that would work and I put it on top of William Chen's form. And after 20 years became the Celestial Dragon form. That's what we call it now. But anyway. Yo, what's up, Craig? So that's the history of the Celestial Dragon that I'm teaching, you know, and I wasn't planning on teaching it. Like, it was really just for my black belts and, like, ex-military guys, like, people who had training that wanted to learn, like, real Tai Chi. That was my original goal. Like, I would pass it on to my family and my black belts. And then, you know, guys who had real training, I would teach them the real shit that I stole. And now with Tai Chi United and Sifu Shirley, that's where the Celestial Dragon form, like I'm teaching the notebook. But even then I can't really teach it because nobody's hardcore enough to do the real training the way I did it. Like if I made people train the way I train myself, they would fail. They wouldn't be able to handle it. They can't believe it. You know, like everyone thinks, like, I can't say many people think I'm like some like white kid who has like a fucking like a trust. People came to my stream and told me a white kid with a trust fund. I'm like, you guys have no idea. Like my whole thing was Musashi. Like, you know, like I'm gonna be this wandering monk, and like, you know, they don't get it. Like I trained every day for 20 fucking years, like every day. Like I did karate, did my Tai Chi, like my life depended on it. Like I was a fucking warrior monk, you know. They don't get it, and like I don't think I'll ever be able to pass it on for real because they're too weak. They're not gonna get it. So that's why, at least, like Sifu Shirley calls it, like the movement DNA. Like I can pass on the DNA, and if there's people who are smart enough or are gonna really do like the thing, they'll unlock it on their own. But I'll never be able to pass on the real shit. It's child abuse, bro. It's child abuse. It's child abuse. They'll never get it. Like they'll never. Like even my guitar training, right? People think like, oh, I just woke up one day. No, like they don't get it. Like I suffered. Like I suffered to be able to play guitar. Like, you know, like they don't understand. To me, guitar is kung fu. Like guitar is like fucking like martial arts. You know, like my friend was killed in a car chase. Here's a real story. So I learned guitar on an acoustic from my guitar teacher, and then I was a rapper, and one of the guitar students was his brother Mike Nabatoff was in this band called Injustice. It was a death metal band, pretty famous band. And those members from that band became a rap group called Nonfiction. You can look this up. And there's a guy called Gore-Tex and like Nonfiction and Uncle Howie Records. And it was funny because my best friend, his mother was Uncle Howie's girlfriend. It's crazy. But so then something happened, and long story short, I was playing in this shitty fucking band. I was like 15, 16. I knew like 3 chords and a couple like Green Day and Metallica riffs, and my best friend, who was a bass player, he got killed in a car chase from the cops on Queens Boulevard. Oh no, it was Causeway Boulevard, sorry. And my ex-girlfriend was in the car, by the way. That's a whole other fucking story. But the drummer came to me and said, yo, I'm going to music school. You want to come to music school? I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Like, I can't compete with you. You're a fucking, like, you know, rich Jewish kid and a family by the other thing, and, like, fucking all these Chinese kids who fucking, like... And he's like, well, you have 8 months, bro. Figure it out. And I went to my karate teacher, and my karate teacher was like, if you can train with me and survive, you can do anything. Music is a joke. And I'm like, oh shit. So I went to this store in Rockaway Parkway and Avenue N called Royal Music. I bought 3 books. I spent 8 months, I swear to you, my life. I went and bought this shitty guitar at a fucking weird yard place on Avenue D in Brooklyn. And I played for 8 hours a day with 3 books. There was no internet. Okay? And I got into this school with a fucking scholarship, a half scholarship. And I treated music as martial arts. That's how I did it. It's a real story. I just made karate forms. I said, okay, well, if I'm a black belt and I can do this, blah, blah, blah. So I just made forms. And like, okay, this is white belt, this is yellow belt, this is green belt, this is red belt, this is whatever. And I made karate forms. And I practiced the forms. And I got into the school. And that's how I did it. You did background training when my teacher used to be... Oh, dude, that's exactly how I trained. So I started training in 81 doing boxing because I'm Puerto Rican. It's like my first bare knuckle boxing match was 1984. It was on Belmont between Autumn and Lincoln. Okay, and it was a cage match because in those days, like every house had like this fence. So it was like this fucking metal. It's not there anymore because I went back like before I left, like a year before I left, and the fence wasn't there. But it was like I was in a cage match, bro, and I was in a bare knuckle cage match in 1984. Because that's like I'm not even shitting you. Like that's how the 80s and 90s was. People don't understand. They're pussies. They don't fucking get it. And I mean, I was in 100 street fights before 1995. And I'm not saying that because I think I'm tough. I'm saying that because I was abused, neglected, and fucking forced into bullshit. I literally 100 fights, like 100. Like by the time like 1994, 95, I was in 100 fucking situations. You know, the society is fucking pussy, and I keep saying that like we need to bring back mutual combat laws because these fucking crazy liberal cocksuckers. These are the fucking kids that raised by like the end of the Gen X and like the millennial kids with like the fucking like gentle parenting and fucking participation trophy. Motherfuckers need a beating. Cause like I've seen shit. I'm watching these like liberal, these conservatives and these Christians. Like, yo, Jesus went into a temple and beat the fuck out of everybody with a whip. What is this bullshit that you let people disrespect you like that? I'm Gen X. I know I look young for my age because like I did the kung fu and like hooked up with porn stars, but like yo, we need to bring back fucking beatings, bro. Like I can't go outside because I'm telling you, I'm not a conservative, but like if I'm outside and I see these fucking kids like fucking with, I'm gonna fuck somebody up. I can't go outside. I can't be around these people because I will fuck them up. Like I will fucking beat the shit out of, I can't take it. I will slap the shit out of somebody. We need to bring back legal. When I was in the 90s, it was like 1995. I remember this girl Cheyenne. I'm on Rockaway Parkway in Canarsie, right? And I'm coming back from the L train, and I see this fucking girl. I'm like, yo, what's up, baby? And she's walking like 15 black guys from like fucking like I don't know what projects they were from. And we turn on Farragut Road, and like 5 guys break off, and and this is something I learned from my mother. She did like black cat kempo, and she taught me this. I used to carry saran wrap with pennies and nickels mixed with Vaseline and salt. And I would wrap it in saran wrap and I would tie it into a bow and put it in my pocket so that if someone fucked with me, so let me explain. So I'm as you can look at the Google Maps, okay? So it's the L train on Glenwood and Rockaway Parkway. And I walk up to fucking Rockaway Parkway in Farragut and turn right to go to my house. And so Cheyenne and her friends, they go up north towards like fucking Foster Avenue. And I turn right going towards my house in Farragut. And this is right by the fucking firehouse. And these fucking like 5 black dudes come up behind me. And I'm walking away. And one of them dudes like fucking punched me in the back of the head and like, yo, run your shit. So I'm like, oh yeah, motherfucker? And I went in my pocket, I grabbed... Bro, I had this sack, like this big of fucking pennies and nickels with fucking saran wrap and fucking Vaseline and fucking oil and salt and pepper. and I fucking squeezed it, and I fucking threw it at these motherfuckers. And it's like, bah, 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 bah. They chased me for 5 blocks to my house. I locked it. I just made, bro. I swear to you. Just imagine you fucking have like 5 dudes punch you in the face. They're gonna run your shit. And I just threw this fucking sack of shit at them, and you just hear bing, 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 bing. And I just booked, bro. And I went into my house. I locked the door. They're banging on my door. So behind my door, I had a fucking a metal elusive slugger, like a fucking bat. So I went in my house. I grabbed the bat, and they're banging, banging, banging. I wait till stop banging. I opened the door. I was bang niggas out, bro. Bang, bang, bang. So 2 dudes are out in front of my house, man. And now I'm chasing 3 motherfuckers. Like maybe it was like 4 or 5. I don't remember. Maybe it was 7 dudes. I don't remember. There was 5 at least. I can remember clearly. You know, this is like 1990, whatever the fuck. But I remember at least 5. Maybe there was 7 guys. Because I remember I fucking batted out 2 dudes in front of my house. And they're fucking out, bro. Blood all over the place. So now I'm chasing motherfuckers down Rockaway Parkway. And then this unmarked car with these 2 Irish dudes pull up. What the fuck are you doing? It was 2 DTs from the 69th precinct. 69th precinct. That was on Forster 68th Street. No, I'm sorry. Forster and 98th Street. So it was 69th precinct. They pulled me up into an unmarked car, Crown Vic, bro. They put me in the back of the car. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers are trying to rob me, blah, blah, blah. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go find them, and you're going to finish the job. Bro, the fucking undercover cops put me in the back of the car to chase down these dudes and bat them out. That was the difference between Dinkins and Giuliani. Like, I was in the Guardian Angels during Dinkins. Like, and when, like, Giuliani came and the fucking, like, the government fucking corporation shit, like, fucking ruined everything. I totally agree. We need to remove warning. Bro, I 100%. But like, yo, all my life this is a true story. I shouldn't be telling this on the internet. But when I was a kid, bro, it was fucked up. Like, you know, I was in gang wars, bro, and like, it was crazy because the cops would fucking, like, I'm telling you, on my life, the cops picked me up because they saw me fucking batting out some dudes, and then they realized what I was doing. And they took me and helped me find the rest of the guys to smash their fucking heads in. On my fucking grandmother's life. Okay, she's dead. I'm telling you, bro. New York was crazy in the 90s. It was crazy. The cops put me in the back of an unmarked car to help me find the rest of the guys. Let me out to fucking finish the job, bro. That's what we need. And I know it sounds brutal because I'm a Buddhist. Like, I was a Buddhist monk guy and I did all the things. But we need to go back to mutual combat where, like, it's legal to fuck people up, not kill people. Because I don't believe in, like, murder. You know, I think we should fucking hurt them to the point where they can remember what they're doing and then have a chance to repent. We should beat the fuck out of these people. We should go back to the time we're legally allowed to beat the fuck out of people who are doing stupid shit, and the cops just turn. I can't tell you on Rockaway Parkway how many guys I fucked up that the cops were just like, I didn't see nothing. Like, real fucking talk. Like, I can't even. And I was a kid, but like, yo, I mean, I feel bad, but I don't feel bad. I always tell this story because there's one kid, I fucked up and I saved his life. I beat the devil out of him. I beat the fucking devil out of this kid. And, like, I saved this kid's life by beating the fuck out of him. So, like, I feel bad because, like, I fucked his face up. He needed to, like, I fucked him up bad. But, like, I saved his life because he went from being a crack dealer to, like, this fucking Christian boy. I mean, his face was like a Z and his teeth were all knocked out. But, like, I saved his life fucking him up. And I feel bad about it to this day, but I don't feel bad about it because I know if I didn't fuck him up, he would have been selling crack and fucking killing people. Like, I wrecked this motherfucker. Like, and he deserved it. You know, he deserved it. But, like, I was like 17. It's like, because, like, when you, in traditional, like, real karate, you know what I mean? Like, a red belt, that's when you really, I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, because I was in fights, I was doing security, but I never fucked anybody up that bad, you know? he pulled out a knife. He could have killed me. You know what I mean? And I could have died that day. But like his face was fucked up, and I always go back to that. Like yo, like it bothered me, but I don't want to tell the whole story again because I told it in the stream a couple of times. But like I saved his life, and I look back at that like we need to go back to the days where people were allowed to fight. And like an honor fighting, you know, like you disgraced my honor. The Charlie Kirk thing, you got kids who are fucking going around, and it's one kid being a retard. Oh, I'm gonna desecrate, and all these Christians are standing around watching this fucking retard fuck up this memorial, and we're not gonna do anything because Jesus wouldn't have let you do that. Jesus would have beat your ass, you know. No, take care, Craig. Take care, brother. But that's like, that's my thing. Like, I really hope that we can go back to legal mutual combat. I don't believe in like political violence. I don't believe in like protesting and like, but like when you disrespect the community should have the right to lynch you. Like when you're fucking desecrating the dead, we need to beat your ass. Like we need to legally have a right to just fucking smack the shit out of you. Like, I'm fucking done. Like, and that's why I don't go outside. Because, like right now, I'm in this town called Wilmington. Like, I just moved from the sticks, North Carolina, to the city. And there's this fucking... I just watched this shit on TikTok. Like, UMC Wilmington, like, they have, like, 50 to 100 people, like, you know, like, doing more of a Charlie Kirk. And, like, they have this rock they painted. And they're all praying. And this one girl comes out and is, like, doing... And then they paint BLM. Yo... You guys need to fucking beat the crap and don't kill them. But, like, we need to make it legal to beat the shit out of people who are doing bad things. We need to make fucking, like, parenting legal again where you can smack your fucking kid. This is stupid. Yo, no doubt, brother. Yo, you be safe. I'm going to go to sleep also. But I'm glad I got to rant and you guys agree with me. You know? But, I appreciate you because this ranting is my therapy to these fucking people who aren't insane, who understand what I'm saying. But don't go and kill anybody. You know, let's try to change the laws so we're allowed to beat people's asses again. And salute to everybody. And to our brothers who ain't here, because I know you're military, you know, and I have some people I lost also. And yeah, that's it. So, yo, be safe, man. Get some sleep. I'm gonna go eat a taco. I'm glad I got to get this off my chest because, like, you know, like, fuck these people. You know, and that's it. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it a night. I don't know who else is here. Let me see what this is. That's cheesy. I'm not doing that. All right, guys. I think I told some stories. I made people happy. Don't suck the devil's dick, and be good to each other. Be excellent to each other. All right. I'll be on tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.